against abortion or with it?
We're Christians, so we're against it. We're working to abolish it. Are you Christian? We're working to abolish it. Are you Christians? Do you know that there's a place right here in Fort Worth where they murder babies?
No, I thought they canceled it. I thought it's closed down here.
Oh no, I was there this morning.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's crazy because in there they said that right now, since the COVID, their abortion clinic is shut down. That's
Nope.
not true?
No, it's not true because I was there this morning.
That the pastor of the church told us abortion clinics were shut down, right? Yeah. And he said it's not true that they're open.
I know because I was out there this morning and they had a lot of people going in.
That's crazy. I didn't know that. I'm gonna call a clinic and see for myself.
I mean, yeah, you can call them, but yeah, I was out there this morning. I was out there a few days ago, and they were closed Monday, but they're open today. And we preached to the people going in, coming out, and there were a good number of cars in the parking lot. And it's what is it called? I forget the exact name of it, but it's you just look up Fort Worth abortion mill, and I encourage you to go out there to rescue children from your neighbors from being murdered. I think they're usually busy on Saturdays as well, but I might be out there tomorrow morning. I'm not sure, but yeah, they're still open.
Okay. But was it open before Monday, or was it closed down?
Yeah, because I was.
So maybe he wasn't lying.
I mean, they are closed on certain, they were closed on Monday, and so I mean, I don't know if they were telling you that they're closed down permanently, but
yeah.
I was out there, maybe Friday or Saturday. I'm not sure which. But there was one day I was out there last week and they were open, and so I don't know what days they were all the days they're open, but today and Saturdays I believe, and likely tomorrow they'll be open. I mean, yeah, you can call them and ask them when they're open, when they're doing abortions, and usually there's not many Christians out there. This morning there was only 3 of us, and that's not a good thing.
That's not good.
That's a bad witness.
Well, keep doing the good work, man.
Yeah, I encourage you to go out there.
We're not from here.
Where are you from?
We're from Washington. We're here at the Believers Conference.
Washington State? It's a long way away.
I know.
You got a lot of murder mills up there too, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, our abortion rate is high.
Do you go out to the murder mills there?
No.
Well, what keeps you?
What keeps me from going to the abortion clinic?
Yeah, honestly.
Because I don't feel like that's where my calling. My background is dealing with the youth. So, like our pastor, we go to the communities. We don't go to the clinic.
Well, you can do that as well. I mean, it's not the only thing I do.
I know.
I mean, please consider this as.
I actually had one before, when I was like 24, and it was very traumatizing. And I told myself I'll never have one again. So.
Well, I mean that's good that you repented of that.
I have repented.
Well, consider this an exhortation from a brother. A lot of Christians use the excuse, "It's not my calling," but you know what the Bible says?
What?
It says in Proverbs 24:11 to deliver those who are being taken away to death, to hold back those who are staggering to the slaughter. It doesn't say if you feel called to, or if you feel led to. It says to do it. And you probably know the 2 greatest commandments. I mean, love the Lord your God, love your neighbor as yourself. That includes these children.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, but to love your neighbor, that includes our preborn neighbors.
Right.
And how can we love our neighbor if we neglect addressing the greatest injustice in our culture? If we know when and where our neighbors are being murdered, our most helpless and needy neighbors, and we do nothing to rescue them. Because it's not like we don't know where it's happening.
Right.
In fact, if someone doesn't know, they can look it up in 2 seconds.
Right.
And so, I mean, we really have no excuse. And so, I mean, I'm not saying, obviously, keep doing what you're doing as far as helping the youth, but consider the most needy youth in the womb.
The ones that can't speak.
And exactly. And I mean, rescuing them is probably the most needed ministry work in this culture, because almost nobody's doing it. I know, because I've been doing this for 12 years. And just to be honest and blunt, the amount of Christians that come out to these murder mills is pathetic. It's absolutely pathetic. Sometimes I've been out there by myself. Recently, I was in Dallas by myself at the murder mill, and a lot of times I'm out there with one other person, and that shouldn't be that way. But it is that way because Christians say, "Well, I'm not called to do that," or
really cool.
Well, we just make excuses.
Right. You're right.
And I mean, I mean, honestly, I could say, well, I don't want to go out there because it hurts a lot, because it hurts to be where people are being murdered. But I go out of obedience and living out the golden rule. Even I knew the golden rule growing up as a pagan, an unbeliever. You treat others the same way you want to be treated. So what would you want to be done for you if you're going to be scheduled to be ripped to pieces tomorrow morning?
Right.
And most people don't care.
Right.
I mean, that's, I mean, just think about what the Lord would have you to do. I mean, even going out there once a week. I mean, most Christians can make time for that. And so, I mean, yeah, keep doing what you're doing, work and you maybe do other work too.
Mm-hmm.
But consider that the Lord maybe the Lord would have you to go out to the murder mills.
Right.
And especially since you've murdered your baby in the past and repented of that, you can reach out to other mothers saying, I did this, and I'm here to call you not to do this. Because I've talked to many mothers who, they go out to these murder mills now, they've murdered their baby or multiple babies. And now they use that as a testimony that I did this to my child or my children.
Mm-hmm.
God forgave me, I've repented, and I don't want you to do what I did. I don't want you to become a murderer. They'll listen to people like you. They a lot more than they'll listen to me. And so I mean that yeah, please just consider that the Lord maybe will have you to go out there, and like I said, even once a week, even an hour or two. That's not a big commitment.
It's not.
And especially like on Saturdays when people aren't working, most people aren't working, and when schools were in session, you know, people didn't go to school on Saturdays. And so I mean, what part of Washington State do you live in?
Seattle.
Seattle, okay.
Yeah, we're all.
And they really need you out there, 'cause I know it's brutal out there.
Oh, it is.
And I had a brother going to the murder mills out there, and I've seen videos of they just hate God out there.
Oh, I know. We're the least church
Yeah.
in the United States.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, we are. Washington State is, right? Isn't that what Pastor said?
Yeah. Well, it's good that you're out there, and you probably have a lot of murder mills up there.
Oh, we have a lot.
So I mean,
we can get ours up to 6 months. So
6 months, okay.
You can only imagine, and they're basically full grown there.
Yeah. I mean, they're all terrible. They're all murder.
Oh yeah, the whole thing from when you're first 3 months or 3 weeks, and I was 4 weeks. But yeah, I believe it's still murder. I agree.
Well, look up. I just encourage you, exhort you to look up where the nearest one is, that the one that's nearest to you is, and go out there. And I mean, bring it to the Lord. I don't want you to go out there because I'm encouraging you to go out there.
I will. I'll pray about it. Like if I feel
bring it to the Lord, and go out there because the Lord is telling you to go out there, not because I or anyone else is telling you, encouraging you. Right. But I mean, just consider, maybe the Lord has us talking tonight, and the Lord's may prompt you to go out there. Mm-hmm. And just consider, one day this Holocaust is going to be over. Oh yeah. The slaughter of our. I mean, it will be if we obey God, or the Lord may wipe us off the face of the earth. But would you want to be able to tell God, if He asked you, what did you do when you knew my preborn image bearers, your fellow man, was being murdered, and you knew where? Like, what did you do? Right, but that's why, you know, there's certain people for certain times, you know, because there's a lot of chaos and evil stuff in the world, so everybody is called to certain things. I believe that's my thought of it, and I'm always going to think like that. Like, and not everybody is called to the same ministry. Not everybody is called to the street ministry. Not everybody is called to be in a church. Not everybody is called to do your ministry. I'm sure this is a hard thing to do, but you're obedient. I do it because of obedience, not because I feel like it's a calling. Well, yeah, I mean, not everyone, the Lord may not want everyone to do what I'm doing or exactly what I'm doing, but what I do know is that the Lord is displeased with all the people that profess to know Him in this country, and that they refuse to ever go out to the murder mills or even talk about the slaughter of their preborn neighbors, or take this seriously. I know He's not pleased with that, because I mean, His Word, I just read His Word. He judges nations that tolerate this, and we've been tolerating this for 47 years, 47 and a half. And we tolerate it because Christians just make excuses. And we got to stop doing that. We got to obey God and love God and love our neighbor. And we can't be loving God and loving our neighbor if we ignore them in their greatest time of need. Right. Because no one's more helpless than a preborn child. No one is more defenseless, more innocent.
I agree with you, but take care.
Okay. What was your name?
Oh, my name's Annette.
Nicholas.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Vice versa.
Thanks for talking with me.